So the thing with ink therapy for me is it's different for everybody, but for me it kind of tells a story.
Yes.
It's kind of an expression, and it allows a non-artistic person like me to be somewhat creative. It gives me a chance to just have a little bit of freedom of expression.
Yeah.
And what interests you, what do you enjoy, what do you like, what does your story tell you? And a lot of these are from, listening to music in the past was like a huge part of my it's a huge part of my recovery today, is listening to music and what it does to me. It settles me down, it relaxes me. And so a lot of this, these bands I've been listening to for 35 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're old school bands. So I wanted to have that on me. Another thing is that it allows me to practice patience a little bit. I don't get an opportunity to just sit very much and not have to think, or to sit and not be with, like working with someone, taking in somebody's stuff. And so this allows me to kind of get away.
Yeah.
And so I like to not have my phone, with me. And I just like to sit here listening to music and talk. We both listen to a lot of punk music, and we talk about punk music. We talk about life outside of my job.
Yeah.
And I don't want my job to be my identity. So this is actually dogs, tattoos, music, and the gym has become like my new recovery at like 19 years sober. Wow. Music's been a big part of my life, like I said, for years, and I want, because it's been such a big part of my life in my past. Addiction and everything else, and now today even more so.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I want. I mean, that's what I want on me, because that's part of my identity, is that I listen to heavy metal music, and I like to write about it, and I certainly like to collect vinyl, and it's just such a big part of my passion. So why not put some of these bands on me as good reminders? And then some of the other reminders are places I don't want to go back to, and things like, when you're sitting in jail for a year per se, and that's all you have to look at every day.
Right.
You start to think, well, how is this? This is something I'll never forget.
Something you'll never forget, and like, what are the odds this is what ended up here with me, and what does that mean anything or not?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's a good way for me to look and remember that time and go, hey, listen, I don't ever want to go back there.
Right.
Plus, I do like leaving Rochester and coming to Casson and hanging out with these guys. They're probably
it's the coolest shop ever.
It really is.
It really
we walk
is.
in here, swords, music, cool guys. I mean, it's like it's heaven for me. So,
when was your first tattoo?
First tattoo was
ever.
1989.
Okay.
I'm aging myself. I was 21. And it was at Tiger Lilies in Stockton, Minnesota.
Okay.
Because I was living in Winona. And somebody wanted a tattoo, but they didn't want to go by themselves. And I said,
like,
I'll go with you. And then the person said, well, if you go with me, I'll get you one. And so I got this tiny little Tasmanian devil that's been covered up, of course.
Which, if you weren't around in '89, that was like...
That was the thing.
That was the thing.
It's the thing.
It was really cool.
There was a lot of them. And so I got a little one there. And then I didn't get another one until, I believe, 94. I got an Egyptian symbol right here.
Oh, cool.
And then I didn't get another one until I turned 50.
No way.
Yeah. I just wanted to be done with all my schooling. I wanted to be done with my licensure stuff. And then I wanted to celebrate that. So I kind of,
cool.
grind away. And then I thought, I got one. And the first one I got was 9.5 hours is what it took. I couldn't do it in one sitting. I tapped out after like 7. And that was the Fear of the Dark, Eddie from Iron Maiden.
That is
Fear of the Dark one. So he did that one in 2018. So, right after I got my master's degree, I ended up getting this one. And then it just grew, and I just kept filling it in. It's like a puzzle, right? You just fill it in with different things.
Mm-hmm. And the more you do it, the more you want to fill it in.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like an addiction, but I call it a healthy addiction.
I think it's a healthy addiction of the addictions that are out there, right? It's a healthy addiction. But it's also an investment. I mean, it's so many things. It's beautiful art. It's this kind of treat to yourself, investment in yourself. But we were talking about ink therapy, and I think maybe for people that haven't had, aren't into it, are like, I don't understand what you guys are doing. Why would you do that? There's something really therapeutic about putting these images on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need is, more reminders of the good things.
Yeah. That is a really good part of it too, that you constantly are having that reminder. And whether and people might not understand, like, I put this on my body to remind me not to go back there. I overcame that.
Yes.
and that I'm not there anymore, and I continue to overcome that day after day, which is pretty cool.
It is. It's way cool. You know, there's things from the past that, you know, in my case, that I'm not very proud of, but one thing that I am proud of is the resilience part.
Yeah.
Being resilient, and that's what we try to teach people, and you know,
we all
come in
fall.
for people for therapy is to be resilient, to bounce back from adversity.
Yeah.
So I can look at, oh yeah, adverse situation, but I'm not there today.
No.
And I could be doing a heck of a lot worse things on a Friday afternoon on Halloween than getting a tattoo. I'll tell you that
true.
right now. You know, so this
true.
is actually cool.
Yeah. There's plenty of trouble to be had if you're looking for it, for sure. For sure.